We're out here today at Imperial, Nebraska, and J.D. Bartles on the left and Stan Smith, director with Conklin, on the right. We're talking about their use of, at the Scott Clemens Ranch, with FASTRACK as a part of their receiving program for their calves coming in each year. So Stan, why don't you ask some questions?
Yeah, JD, approximately tell us how many head you get each year in that you start as you receive them. How many head?
We usually receive 6,000 to 7,000 a year from October 15th till the 15th of December.
Okay, and then what are we looking? How many head per load? So
there's usually them trucks. I mean, unless it's a big load that they specify from the video deals, 80 to 95 head is what comes in on a truck.
Okay, just so we know what we're talking.
Yep.
We're talking
Yep.
80 to 85 head
Yep.
per load, and JD's the straw boss here for Clemens Cattle Company, and yeah, I believe it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years now.
They started our program, our fast track program. We started them on was in the receiving cattle. They would receive the ruminant gel plus our microbial pack.
Yes.
And for the calves, what few calves they get that aren't weaned, they also use our jump start gel along with our microbial pack. So JD, from there, you just can't tell them how you use our product and what you've seen.
Well, when they come in and come off the truck, they usually come in here in the middle of the night, so we let them stand 6 to 8 hours, and then we automatically bring them in, process them. We'll give them 10 cc's of the gel, and they are put on a ration with the dry fast track mixed into the ration, and it's eliminated, I'll bet, 75% of our sickness after they come in. Before we was using the fast track product, we would doctor 15 to 20 out of each load, and since we've been using the Conklin fast track, we've knocked that down to maybe 1 or 2. And if we have to pull one to treat it, we redo the gel, and usually within 3 to 4 days they're back in the pen with the rest of the cattle and back on the same ration that we started them on. And it eliminates a lot of them cattle that fall behind and can't catch back up, because 2 to 3 days doesn't make a whole lot of difference around here. The cattle that we get in, they'll stay with the load that come in. They stay in the same pen for about 15 days on this ration, and then they're sorted, mixed in, migrated in with all the other cattle that their size is, and then they're left on that ration for another 3 to 4 days. We kind of wean them off of it, and then they go on to our regular grow ration. Mm-hmm. And I guess the transformation from the ration that we start them on to the ration that we normally feed them is we don't see near the sickness there either. Mm-hmm. With the change of ration, change of intake or anything like that. They go right on, and from there on we don't worry about them. We just feed them.
You bet.
So with the number of head per load, we went from 15
to 1 or 2.
To 1 or 2. So kind of running numbers through your head, which you're pretty sure what they are. What would the dollar figure on just that be?
Well, I just from off the top of my head, I'm guessing that for each load that we bring in, we're saving $1,500 to $2,000 in medicine that we don't have to put into them cattle to keep them going, to get them back with the rest of them.
Unbelievable.
So it's been a world of difference.
That's great.
Some of the cattle that we get in that we know are, when we bought them off the video, they knew that they were in poor condition, and we bought them that way. We may leave them on that fast track stuff for up to 20 days, but after that, the turnaround, they start gaining and look full and filled up within 10 days of using it. And if we need to, we'll come in and give them like a booster of that gel, but very seldom do we ever have to do that.
So let me ask you this: can you see a notable difference in the or the feed intake?
Yes, yes. A lot of these cattle that we get in are coming out of Nevada, and they have absolutely no idea what a ration is. They have never smelled or seen silage. And at the end of those 15 days, we started incorporating a little silage into that ration. Well, more like at the end of 7 days. So, and they don't seem to back away from it. They won't turn their nose up and walk away from the bunk. They stay right there, and will eat. And for our deal here, that's the main goal. Keep them coming to the bunk. They got to be eating.
You mentioned that you feed some bulls too.
Yes, we feed bulls. A lot of the herd bulls that we feed are bought off of ranches that they raise them on the grass. They've never had a ration. They've never had a bale of hay. We bring them in here. They're thrown in with a group of 400 head, and most of them that have never seen a ration will just walk to the corner and starve to death. They just stand there and won't eat. So we'll give them about 5 or 6 pulls of that gel and put them in on a bale of hay. And within 3 or 4 days, they'll come around. They start eating, and within a week, we got them out on the ration, and they're eating with the rest of them.
That's
so
awesome.
You mentioned pulls of the gun. So basically, a pull's 5 cc's, so about 20 cc's is what you're giving.
Yep.
Of the
Of the gel.
Well,
and that's all we don't ever come back in and or boost them or anything like that with that stuff. It's just a one-time. If they come in there and they're thin and they don't look like they're going to eat, we'll give them 5 pulls of that, or 20 cc's, and then we kick them out to the big pen. And, we run them through we'll let them eat on a bale, and then they're right back out with the rest of them.
Very good.
And it's a miracle. It's a miracle deal for me, especially.
Very good. JD, thanks.
You bet. Thank you.